All right. Welcome to Humpdays.
Welcome back, Humpers. We have another episode in the saga of the Kardashians' fiery death.
Well, yesterday was the Tom Brady Roast, which was awesome. We just finished watching it, and it kind of proved what we've been saying for the last few episodes, that the Kardashian empire is crumbling, and they're trying everything to do to stay relevant. And Hollywood is a cringe fest.
It really is. It's crazy. This was her first public appearance since, for a while now, since the Diddy allegations.
Since the
right?
Diddy allegations, since she's been getting sued, since a lot of stuff's come out. So this was her first staged event. She paid a lot of money to be up there and roast, because that's how it works. Like, the people, you pay money and then you get to go, because it goes to a charity. It's all towards the charities.
That's the Met Gala.
No, the roast.
Oh, the roast too?
Yeah. If you want to get on there and you're an actor, you just pay and it goes to a charity.
Oh, okay.
So all the money that was raised goes to all the players'
But they
charities.
select who gets to go.
Yeah, but
Of
Kim...
the people that pay? Or?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
Kim has people.
I think it's a pay to play too.
It's pay to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
The
she
more
pay-
money you have, the more you could just get in type shit.
Really? Even
Yeah.
as a comedian?
No,
I mean, if Kim Kardashian can get on a roast,
Yeah.
No, the
good.
comedians are picked.
Okay.
The comedians are picked. They gave them a
But
bunch
Kim
of...
maybe did.
Kim paid.
Yeah.
Kim paid.
Yeah. And you don't think she wrote those jokes?
Well, I will give her props.
Yeah.
She had that one really good joke about on how she couldn't date Tom Brady.
You remind me too much of my stepdad now.
Whatever comedian wrote that, good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done.
That's her, because she got booed.
She did.
Because everyone always says, don't believe the online hate. She always said that, can't believe the online haters. But this is her first dose of reality, where she was at an event and thousands and thousands of people booed her.
Yeah. That's rough.
Men and women. Usually men are okay, well, let's see what she's wearing before we boo. And it's just no, right away. It's just
But isn't everyone saying that this is because now Taylor Swift owns the NFL, so it's the Taylor Swift army coming out yelling
Taylor
at
Swift's
her?
army came right after Amy. It was just they were not holding back. They really let her have it. But even the guys, they were just we've had enough of you.
Right. It's more than the Taylor. I mean, guys can be Taylor Swift fans, I guess, but yeah, you're
Not
right.
the ones
it's
in the NFL.
It's beyond the Taylor influence even. Maybe that's part of it, but it's beyond that.
It's more
People are just
why?
done.
Why was she there?
Yeah.
It was just why.
Well, you know who else might be hurt about that is Pete Davidson. He's I'm a comedian.
Was he not there?
No, he wasn't
Oh
invited.
my
He's
God.
I'm even gonna roast the guy. Well, my ex gets to be there.
Oh my God, that's
poor guy.
rough. Nobody commented on that too. That's funny. They should have.
No, but she got booed right out of the building. And it's that's another thing about her trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And she even even before this, in September, her people tried to start a Tom Brady dating rumor.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually pissed off Tom Brady because they were at this art gallery action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, this art gallery auction. And they're both trying to bid on the same painting. So it eventually got up to $2 million. And then the auctioneer is no, you both can have a painting. Which is there's just two paintings now. They had to stop it. They had to stop it because it's just too obvious that it's a money laundering scheme.
Yeah.
It's just all right, that's enough. You're too much money. Because there's no way Kim is in love with this art. She's being sued by everyone, and her skins is falling apart.
She wants to be seen as having money, maybe again. Maybe this is another.
Wait, why was she sued? Because of the art?
No, she was sued because of Skims. So
She was
Anna
sued 'cause of
Wintour.
Skims.
Wait, what happened to Skin?
Anna Wintour, the creator of the Met Gala and the Devil's Wears Prada.
yeah.
She sued Kim because Skims was ripping off. Well, she helped facilitate a lawsuit amongst a ton of designers that were ripped off for the Skims line, and so she's rounding them up and helping back.
Yeah.
The opposing side, which is saying she's knocking off all these designers and
So
not paying
Kim
them
needs to
and-
hide some money,
Yeah.
and Tom Brady's going through a divorce, so he needs to hide some money.
Yes.
And then Kim's people came out and said, "Oh, they're flirtatious at
You're
this
right.
auction," and it's
Oh
just
my God.
no, they weren't. There's no way Tom Brady would date you. It's just
Yeah.
And he just shut that down.
People don't realize that art is just money laundering, basically. And I went to art school, so I would know. But yeah, they did kind of tell us if you go you still have to make the best art to have it laundered through.
Yeah.
But it's still important to make good art. It's not a total scheme, but you basically have to know that if you're gonna go be an artist now, is that it's a way to hide money and evade taxes, basically.
Yeah.
And send money to each other without paying taxes, and send someone a piece of artwork, trade art.
Yeah. So if you're an artist or Hunter Biden, it's a good way to launder money.
Yeah, he has this whole AI art line that he started.
That's
yeah.
right.
And he needs the paintings. Yeah, it's fucking.
I wonder how much he's making from that.
I think one sold for $500,000. So yeah.
Yeah.
But,
They've been at art auctions while simultaneously doing ads for like bubble popping games.
The Kardashians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
like
God.
it's ridiculous. It's like we know. It's like they're doing all the things that they're like, what would a Monopoly man, rich man do? Like kind of like Donald Trump or something, where it's like he kind of like it's like they just deck their houses in gold and like you know. And it's like she's like, I'm going to go to an auction as they do, as the millionaires do. And see who would go to an auction if they were desperate, but then simultaneously being like, this is the best app. Like I'm addicted to the bubble popping app. I thought it was AI at first. I thought I was like, oh my God, they're getting like this AI is getting really intense right now. But it's like, no, like it's been
They're
around for
just
months.
regularly lifeless.
I've been
It's
served.
just
In the comments, like if you're getting this app, this ad for this app, let me know. I swear, I've seen it like 10 times. I think it's
I've never
legit.
seen it.
They're just like that. That's a sign, like when they're stooping to that level, that
That's
there's
sad.
got to be something going
Yeah,
on.
they're trying to hide money in art, and they are trying to. It's bubble these apps. Yeah.
Courtney also is suddenly Kim's friend again. I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like they're all really trying hard to. It felt like they were jumping the shark on that roast. Like it was just they couldn't even pay their way to be in a room where people weren't booing. Like that's how.
Well, they've never had reality because they live around yes people and they live in Hollywood. So you just drive to these places where they'll just give you the best table, so you feel like you're loved.
Yeah.
And then like now they're around normal people.
Real people.
Real people. And like we hate you.
We've never liked
we never
you.
liked you. Like you got she got the Roger Goodell treatment. And Roger Goodell is like the commissioner of the NFL, and like whenever he goes up on stage, like the crowd just boos him. Like
Okay.
and it happens with like the NHL too. Whenever the Gary Bettman is about to hand out the Stanley Cup, the crowd just boos him. So it's just like she got the Goodell treatment. Like it was like just deafening boos. Like you're the heel, like a wrestling heel.
Oh my God.
And like someone had to interject, like, hey, like just let her finish. Like she paid a lot of money to be here. Just shut up. Like, and she did one really good joke, which I give her props for that. And like she did it deadpan because she's just an emotionless human
She
being.
can't move her face.
That's so true. That's what it is. She can't move her face. But I was also thinking like it just felt like, you know, like an SNL appearance or something where it's like in that situation, it's okay for a celebrity to come in and read lines. Like, I don't know why. Maybe what is it? There's something about SNL that's like, I get that that's going to happen, but a roast, it's like that's supposed to be real comedians to me.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's supposed to be like an opportunity for actual
Talent.
comedy, not like
Yeah.
maybe because SNL is like a sketch show and it's like
It's live.
You know, it's pre-written. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You understand there's a writer's room and it's pre-written, but stand-up is supposed to feel off the cuff. That's the whole point. Some of you may not know that we're stand-up comedians, but like we're stand-up comedians, and it's just like painful to see a spot be taken by someone like Kim Kardashian, because we're like, there are so many better deserving comedians you could have put in that spot, and it's like one of the only things left for a stand-up to really like make it nowadays. Like a Comedy Central special gets you nothing. Like
yeah. That's the only thing
it
on
gets you
TV
2
where it can
views.
make you.
Like you can do the YouTube video stuff, or you can get on a roast and get that like funny clip and just like thrive from that. Like so, it's just
Well, speaking of new blood,
sucks.
yeah. Speaking of new blood on the roast,
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Tony
He
Hinchcliffe,
killed
yeah,
it.
he killed it.
He's our right. He's
Yeah,
our
Kill
awesome
Tony.
sweetheart. And yeah,
Gave you
this
that joke
man,
book?
Yes, I've met him. Go to my episode with Giannis Papas. Can't remember the name, but or the number. But he is like
Ruthless.
He's ruthless, and we saw him at the mothership recently when my parents came to visit. On Joe Rogan and Friends, and he was so good. And
Yeah.
he's topical, he's fast, like it's kind of cool. I don't really know much about his life through his comedy, but he's got like the topical stuff, and like he really did.
He
was,
always
like,
stays on, like, he's relevant. He's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
relevant.
and
Yeah.
it's you could tell it's new. Like he just came up. Like that's what's so cool when it's like
Yeah.
someone
Yeah,
can
yeah.
turn that around so
Yeah.
fast. And then with Kill Tony, of course, it's very admirable. Like the business model he's built in a time where like it's very hard to make money in comedy, or not, maybe not hard. It's actually easier than ever, but it's just like very like you have to really build.
You have to do it
It's
yourself.
a very unique thing that he's
You're
built.
not a
Yeah.
chosen one. You have to build it yourself. So it's like it's difficult. Like, but you have difficult in the sense that you have to put the work. Not difficult in the sense that it's like a lottery ticket.
Right.
It's like that's
Yeah.
true, and he's built it from the ground up, and
But he
it's
did
good.
great. It's great to see someone like him coming in, and like I hope he's on the next one. 'Cause
Yeah, he will.
He killed it. He was second though because top was Nikki for sure.
Nikki.
Nikki Glaser.
Oh
Killed it.
my god, she was so good.
And a lot of people know her from Roast, and she just crushed it. And yeah,
She
we'll put
annihilated
clips.
everyone. Like
Yeah.
she went in depth and like had a cleverly written joke for everyone.
Everyone.
And it wasn't even just a little dig.
Yeah.
Like it
well,
was like
she had a dig
real-
at Schultz. She just said,
Oh,
I
that
hate your comedy."
no, not at Schultz. At
No, at Schultz. She's like, yeah. She's like,
Oh yeah,
I hate your
carny face.
You have a
guy,
carny face and I
whatever.
hate
yeah,
comedy.
It was good. Schultz was good, and then the or her roast of Schultz was good, and Schultz was good too.
She obliterated.
Yeah,
She
he was
obliterated
solid.
Gronk.
Yeah.
She obliterated Gronk.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then she really crushed it with Kevin Hart because I'm like, it's just crazy when people can make more short jokes and they're new and it's a fresh thing that you're laughing at, like, because you
Yeah.
know it's coming. So I just thought that was so beautiful. And she's an example. Like, if you put her and Kim next to each other, like,
Dude.
and you watch it, it's like, yeah, Nikki probably did have, a writer's sesh with her and her
Yeah.
friends. Like, she's definitely a joke writer, of course. But, like, for these situations, any smart
Well, she
comedian would
she-
do that.
yeah,
Would be
you-
like, hey, let's have, like, a brainstorm and, like, rehearse. And, she probably rehearsed that 85 times. Like,
Yeah.
she probably didn't sleep the night before. She also looked gorgeous, by the way.
She did.
I was like, whoa. But she was repping, or she was running through that thing a million times, I'm sure. But even though it's rehearsed, she was speaking as if she was just thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
And it's the cadence. It's a whole skill. So
Yeah.
to put
She
Kim.
encapsulated it like just perfect.
Brilliantly.
Yeah.
You know who else should have been on instead of Kim? Who do you think, actually, before I say?
Before Kim,
No, who should have been there in Kim's place? Like, who would you have loved to see? Because I would have thought, like, Bill Burr would be a great fit.
I
Ferber.
really was hoping he'd be
yeah,
there.
Right?
because he's a Boston guy.
Yeah.
he looks like a Boston guy.
Yeah.
Unlike and like
Maybe
but-
he's too big. I don't know.
Well, I think he would probably. Yeah, that's true. Maybe he would. I don't know. But it
just
is
thought
it
he'd
is
be
interesting.
great.
The only like holdover like from all the other Comedy Central roasts were basically just Jeff Ross and Nikki Glaser. But they're
Right.
both killers. I mean, Jeff Ross was just his usual self. I would just say it's. Just,
He looked weird, man. He's on that Ozempic.
Yeah.
I know they made a
Yes.
joke about it too, but it's like he looked weird.
Yeah, he's a Hollywood
His
guy
skin
now.
looked weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so did Ben Affleck, which we will talk
Oh
about in
my
a
Yeah.
second.
Ben Affleck. Hey.
Can I just say one more comedian?
Yeah.
I wish it was Natasha Leggero.
Oh, right,
Because
right.
she's killed it
Oh,
every
yeah.
That's
time.
true. Yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't call her back. She's kind of on this huge comeback, and like, yeah, she's hilarious. Anyway, also Nikki went after Bert Kreischer. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
That was good.
I love your joke. That was a good one.
One joke.
Your one joke.
The shirt.
Oh, this shirt comes off. That's hilarious. You're supposed to stay on.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, but Ben.
Well, I think in general, so like this whole roast just showed what we've kind of been talking about. Like the Kardashians are trying to stay relevant. They're paying to like be around because every day America's watching that because everyone loves Tom Brady. So your sports fans are watching it. They're coming to see Tom Brady. So she's trying to be relevant that way. Gets booed out because we're all just sick of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Ron Burgundy, who represents Hollywood. He goes up there and it's kind of underwhelming. It's kind of like it's kind of sad. Like
Why?
Well,
It
was
just
all
could
right.
have been better.
It's just it could have been better. It's just playing it safe, and it's just like you're living up a character that was like 20 years ago, and it's kind of sad because it's like, yeah, we're never gonna get those kind of movies anymore. And then you have Ben Affleck coming in, who
He's
is
the Hunter Biden of the event. I
oh
swear
my
to
god, yeah, he, like Ben Affleck coming in, and just going off on a rant, just like a projected going off. Ben Affleck comes in, goes off on a rant on how you shouldn't pay attention to online haters. He has no jokes, just off on a rant about online haters, and he's like acting like
so
he's a
Hollywood.
boss. He's acting like he's a Boston guy. It's just like you haven't lived in Boston for over 20 years. Like you spent more time in Hollywood than you have living in Boston. You're the most Hollywood person ever. Your kids are trans. This couldn't be. It's true. It's true. You banged your nanny.
So
Your kids are non-binary. You show up with a sunken Ozempic face, and you have giant veneers. And
Everyone had veneers at this.
You go off on a coked out rant about online haters that you're just projecting. That's really about yourself and J-Lo and how you're getting all this online hate. It's like you couldn't be any more Hollywood. unless you, at the end of your roast, you thanked Harvey Weinstein. Do that?
How long has it taken him to like get to this point of insanity? Like, was it since
Well, it's building.
remarrying J-Lo? Like, what?
Well,
like,
I think it's also like these Hollywood people. They don't have any like Ben Affleck. Like he started out his speech. Well, I'm gonna say it's a speech because it's not a roast. They didn't tell him.
yeah,
jokes.
because no one wrote that for him,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like,
just
he
him
just
out there,
went
"Oh,
on
yeah,
stage. He
I'm
paid
just-
for a slot
I'm
to
s- yeah.
vent about his haters.
He's like, I'm so alpha. Like I'm just gonna go up there and just like talk about Tom's haters because like we're Boston guys. It's like. Tom's also from California. Look at his chiseled face. Like he has all that
Right.
plastic surgery as well and veneers. Look at
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah.
So it's like these two California guys pretending to be Boston guys. Well, at least Tom doesn't pretend. But like with Ben Affleck, like he's projecting that speech about online haters because he's getting online hate about
On
him and his wife.
Netflix Live.
On
Like,
Netflix
that's
Live.
so
Because he gets
cringe.
online hate about him and his wife as well all the time. And then so he's just projecting about that. It's like, those guys are fucking bitches. And it's like Tom Brady doesn't get hate. Everyone admits that he's the GOAT. It's just like people that hated him were like from the other fan bases and it's like warranted. Like he's just crushed their dreams.
Yeah. He's
So,
handsome, he's talented, and he won so many games.
Yeah,
Like,
he's the most like he owns all the records, so there's no debate whether or not there's no hate on that aspect of it. And so, but the reason why Ben
then a
Affleck,
loser comes up, an ugly loser with Botox and coked out,
Giant
talking
head.
about haters. Like, dude, no one even.
yeah, you don't even have your Boston accent.
You're not
anymore.
roasting him. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's a roast.
He's just going off on a coked out rant. and then because he has nothing to do. The only movies the first thing he says in his speech is, I'm probably not going to get any work after this. It's like, you're already not getting any work. You know why? Because they're only making superhero movies, and your last superhero movies you bombed at. You were Daredevil and you were Batman.
Yeah,
you
what
sucked
was
at
his
both.
last movie? What was his last movie?
I don't even know.
No one knows.
He probably did.
Yeah,
He did a
fucking-
Dunkin' Donuts commercial for the Super Bowl.
Didn't he do a revamp of like a sequel to the J-Lo movie he did with her?
Oh my god.
Jiggly?
Like something
Jiggly?
like that.
Oh.
Didn't he just do a video, like a movie with her?
Probably.
About getting married?
Oh God, they're gonna run it back with that again. Or they're gonna do a movie together. Like, didn't they learn the first time that nobody likes them? That's what they should have learned the first time. Like, I don't know what
look
magic
it up.
they're trying to rekindle.
I don't know what they're. I don't know. Yeah.
Ben Affleck's latest movie, I just looked it up, was the one that J-Lo just did, released.
Yeah.
So the self-produced one.
So
they
she-
did. Yeah,
she-
they just thought people would care.
Yeah, 'cause
Why?
they think they're an it couple.
They do.
They do. It's just like
Yeah.
They're a that
they're
couple.
Shit
Yeah.
couple.
A then couple.
a then couple.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Matt Damon didn't go up there. Do you think he probably still has a career?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got F-45.
No, that's Mark Wahlberg. You're getting,
Oh, crap.
you're getting your Boston Irishman mixed
Dude,
up.
they're so easy
They
to
look so
confuse. I get them so
similar.
fucking. I get them confused all the time.
I know, it's really
There are
interesting
certain
how they try to
celebrities
like
like
keep
that.
up this hard Boston persona, but they all just have this plastic surgery and trans kids and just like,
Yeah.
it's like
Veneers.
veneers,
Lots of veneers.
lots of
Ozempic,
veneers.
they're on
There's so
Ozempic.
many.
These men. Why
They're all
is it
short.
It's a little weird when a guy is on Ozempic, right?
Work out. Like, I just work out.
I just
Like,
don't
you're-
think
I
it
don't know.
matters that much if you're chubby, if you're a guy.
Yeah, because you can work
right?
out and turn that into muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you look kind of bigger, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, they're starting to look bony and like in the face. They look dead in the
weird.
face. And it's just like, why would anyone want a zombie? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what.
I know. It's crazy. And Kevin Hart, I don't know how to go into that one, but you had a good point about Kevin Hart being short.
Yeah, well, I just said that he's short. I just said it's kind of funny because he's walking by. I felt bad for him because he's walking by Gronk and like Tom Brady, and he's just like literally up to Gronk's waist.
Well, the thing with him having veneers, like the teeth aren't going to make you taller. So when you have regular sized teeth in
Yeah.
your face and you're the size of a toddler, it doesn't look right. Like, it just
Right.
not proportionate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what else can you do other than be perfectly, six pack and perfect teeth and try to just like kind of
Just be confident
everything.
and
Yeah.
stop acting like a little weasel. And he acts like a little weasel. So
But
then,
what if you are little? What's
Yeah.
the option?
Just a tall weasel. Just start acting like a tall weasel.
I was just gonna say, like, just don't ever, just go away. Like, I just, I was gonna say something worse than that, but
Just make better movies.
just unalive yourself and
Just
go.
like, oh my God.
It's not
like,
my problem.
Will
Like,
Ferrell was making great movies until he met you, Kevin Hart.
for real.
That's real.
That's real. All right. Well, I think anything else.
Well, what comedians would you guys have liked to see in the roast?
What comedians like the? Do you think Jeselnik was invited? Because he was always good at roasts.
Oh my God, that'd be great. Yeah, I wonder why he wouldn't make a
They
comeback.
probably
Andy
didn't invite him.
Sandberg.
Yeah,
Andy
He's
Samberg.
so good.
yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good at roast. They're just dumb. They're
Yeah,
just
just
really,
dumb.
really
Silly
It
dumb.
lightens the mood.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if he went up after
That's
like
true.
Kim
It's silly
Kardashian,
goose.
that would have been hilarious.
Yes.
That would have been so fucking
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that would have been good.
That would have been good.
I want the viewers as well to let us know who would you
Yes.
want in that roast. And
The
I
next
think
one.
generally with Kim, it's like at the end of the day, hate gets views, right?
That's true. She
course.
should do a roast. She
JoJo
should do.
Siwa should have been there. You know, like it should.
The roast
Just
of
a good
JoJo Siwa.
bomb.
Too easy.
Well, to be fair, she didn't bomb. Like, there's always been a lot of bombs. Like, the situation bombed.
She did keep going
She did keep going.
despite the booze.
Oh, I
yeah.
bet she's used to it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
do you think people shout shit at her like all the time? No, probably not.
oh yeah,
Really?
I bet in the street.
I bet she gets like
I
hate,
bet.
like death threats and stuff quite a bit.
Yeah. I think there's clearly a tide shifting as well.
Yeah.
Like maybe it wasn't the case before. And maybe in New York, if she's walking around, or in LA when she's walking around, it's not necessarily going to
She doesn't walk around LA, but New York maybe. But that's the thing. I don't think she walks around, and I don't think they walk.
No,
I don't
Yeah.
like. They probably only walk in their house. But even in their house, they have giant houses, so they probably have golf carts.
Yeah, they probably have a
Like they
little.
probably have golf carts. Like I would love
Yeah.
to see her step count for a day.
Yeah, that's true.
I would love to see their step counts because they probably don't move around at all.
Yeah.
They just go from one surgery to another, liposuction, fillers, uplift, like boob lifts, butt lifts.
You
Just
can't really work out when you get that much done. It's bad. It
Yeah,
would ruin
you're
it. It would all
bedridden.
shift around.
yeah, the silicone just doesn't sit in place. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, they're gonna have to like wheel her in like on one of those
Pilates
like,
only.
one of those things that they like wheeled in like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah,
Like, so you have to
yeah,
wheel her
yeah.
in like that, which is like too many surgeries.
Yeah.
But I still look hot.
And I'm funny too now.
Yeah. Well, do you think she?
I'm a comedian.
Yeah, she
I'm a
probably thinks
lawyer
so.
and a comedian.
Yeah, part of me thinks that she didn't realize that they were booing her because of her. She was probably just like, oh, they probably didn't like what I was wearing.
Probably like, oh, they thought I was too
look like
harsh.
she looked very like Pamela Anderson, like spray tan. She looked very orange, in my opinion. She was
she-
very orangey. It was very 90s.
She looks-
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Blonde.
The bleach blonde with that
Yeah.
orangey face. It was
Yeah.
interesting. She
It's
looked-
nice how she's trying to
That's
start
true.
a trend, and instead of everyone following it, we're just like, nah, you look.
This is
terrible.
Florida. Yeah, this is giving Florida. Like
I thought she looked really good.
she looked good, but it was just a.
But it is- you're
she
right,
went
it's a
from like being
throwback.
black or like trying to look
Yeah.
mixed to
Yeah.
like
To this.
yeah.
It's quite a
Baywatch.
flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like tan wash. It's not whitewash, but now she's going like tan
yeah.
Barbie.
Yeah, she's not quite in the Ariana Grande light
Yes.
color yet. Not Korean mode yet.
No,
Nah,
but
she-
I mean, like we've talked before, like once they start, they can't stop. So I'm like interested to see her being like a really rich Korean lady soon. All right, well, thank you for coming. Like, comment, subscribe, and is there something you want to say again? No,
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm looking forward to seeing what she gets up to at the Met Gala, how she's going to be seen amongst her peers. Because you're right, she is obviously, like not seeing the outside world or kind of like the comedian world or anything like that. So she was probably a little surprised to be booed so harshly when she's usually around Yes Man and other Hollywood elites. But it'll be interesting to see her surrounded by a lot of elites and at a place where she's actively being sued by the person who runs it and
Yeah.
invites
Well,
everyone. It would be
now everyone
interesting.
knows she's not a hot commodity because she just got booed. So it's just
Yeah.
like that brand name will suffer from this. Like there will be ripple effects from this because they're like, well, no, we don't want you at the
Absolutely.
event. You're gonna get booed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're more polarizing than the Israel and Palestine right now. It's just
Which
like-
means fame and views,
yeah.
right? And hate does fuel this. So she is keeping herself relevant, which is the game she's always played. So I don't know. We'll have to see. It seems like there is a tide turning, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll have to see if they can ride this one out.
Yeah.
If anyone can, they can.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll see what they can do.
Hopefully they ride it up to the poorhouse. All right. Peace.